We will be going over the third video in section 2, creating content and adding collections, and that is securing your application. We're going to be going over securing data transactions. That means making sure that only the right people are able to access and insert data into our collection. Okay. We'll also be adding multiple user support so that when I log in, I will be able to see my snippets, and when you log in, you'll be able to see yours. So let's get started. As you've probably noticed as we've created this application, you don't need to be signed in to be able to create any of the snippets, okay, or to be able to view any of the snippets for that matter. This is by definition not secure because anybody can add anything, anybody can see anything that's going on, and that doesn't work very well if we're going to create a production type application. There is a specific Meteor package called Insecure, and we use it for testing purposes, but we're ready to remove it. So we're going to go to command line, type in Meteor remove Insecure, and just like that, the package has been removed. We now need to tell Meteor what is allowed and what isn't allowed. So we're going to go into the server.js file. Inside of server.js, we're going to type snippets.allow. And so on the collection, we're saying we're going to allow insert under these conditions. If this function returns true, this is the condition that's going to come back. And in this specific case, we're just going to see if there is a user ID. That means that somebody's logged in. Okay, so we're going to make sure that someone is logged in if they want to insert a snippet. We can go ahead and test this right now. Shouldn't be able to add this, and look, it didn't get added inside of there. And if we go into the console line, you can see that the insert failed because access was denied. Wow, nice and secure. So let's go ahead and add a user, user1@test.com, and just make up a password inside of there, add that, create it inside of there. Now, when we add something, added by user1, as you can see here, and hit enter, there it is. It's been created. Okay, nice and straightforward. We have some security, it's a modicum of security. Let's add just a little bit more. So back inside of our server.js file, and under the publish statement, we're going to add a condition to our find. And this condition is make sure that you only send stuff that where the owner of that document is the logged in user ID. Now notice that everything disappears when we do that. Yes, we are logged in. Yes, we can insert to the collection. Problem is we're not assigning an owner. So we're going to go into our tmpl toolbar.js file. We're going to find our insert statement, and we're going to add an owner. So we're going to say owner, and on the client side we use meteor.userid as a function. That will get us the current logged in user, and of course if there's no one logged in, we want to return, so let's update our return statement as well. Pretty straightforward. There we go. Now when we add something, first official personal snippet, and hit enter, it has been entered. And if we're sign out, you can see the list. Oh, there's the list of all the ones where the owner is null. Okay, so we need to do something about that. We want to get rid of those. Let's go ahead and open a Meteor shell, and let's do a find where owner is null and do a fetch on that so we can see the records, and we'll notice there's right around 8 or 9 records inside of there. Let's get rid of those. So we'll do a remove owner null, and 9 records are removed. So now nothing should be displayed if we're not logged in. And yep, everything disappeared. Let's log back in. There should be one record now that belongs to user 1. So when user 1 logs in, that will appear. Our publish statement is updating properly. Let's sign out, and let's create a new user, user2@test.com, and user 2 likes to think they're better than user 1, but that's okay because it's a snippet that only user 2 will ever see. User 1 should never be able to see that. So by adding these in the snippets insert, adding an owner, and using the meteor.userid, which is the current logged in user, and then in server.js, in our publish statement, modifying our find with the owner this user ID condition, we are able to secure our application even further. So only the logged in user is going to be able to see only their content, and when they publish something, they will be the owner of that particular document when they insert something inside of there. Okay, so we were able to secure our data transactions, meaning that our insert statement is now secure. You have to be a logged in user in order to create any kind of record inside of our snippets data collection. And we added an owner parameter so that when you create any kind of content or any snippet, that snippet belongs to you. And we of course updated our publish statement to reflect that so that you will only be able to see snippets that belong to you as you're logged in. If you're not logged in, you can't create any snippets, and if you are logged in, you can create snippets that only you can see and no one else will be able to see them. Okay, so our data transactions are secure. And just by default, coming along with that is the ability for multiple users to be able to create this. So we created a user 1, created a user 2, and both of them have content, and neither the twain shall meet. Our next video is interacting with external services. Quite a great complement to what we're doing here. Look forward to it, and we'll see you then.